Will Knott's Berry Farm close Xcelerator? Xcelerator and Knott's might have a much bigger problem than people realize. Its legendary launch system is reportedly having serious issues again, and now there are rumors that this could eventually put the entire coaster's future in question. Now, Knott's has not announced that Xcelerator will be removed from the park, but what's reportedly happening behind the scenes is still pretty concerning, because the problem appears to involve the one thing that makes Xcelerator, Xcelerator. The launch. Xcelerator doesn't use magnetic launch technology like you see on most modern roller coasters. It uses an old-school Intamin hydraulic launch system that pulls the trains from 0 to 82 miles per hour in roughly 2.2 seconds, which is why it feels absolutely insane during the launch on this ride. But that same technology is also becoming Xcelerator's biggest problem. Since early July, Xcelerator has recently been dealing with another extended period of downtime, and reports from enthusiasts following the ride's closure suggest crews have been working on the hydraulic launch equipment. Now here's the important part. Knott has not publicly confirmed exactly what has failed on the ride. But here's where the story gets even crazier, as we've received reports from park employees that claim a major launch component has failed, was replaced over the past year and a half, and then the replacement itself has now had problems too. Now this has not been confirmed nor denied by Knott themselves, but considering Xcelerator's history, people are understandably nervous about the roller coaster's future in the park. This is because Xcelerator isn't just some random launch roller coaster. The ride first opened in 2002 as a prototype for an entire generation of Intamin hydraulic launch coasters, paving the way for rides like Top Thrill Dragster and King Ka. And if you know what's happened to those other rides, you probably already see where this can get interesting, because hydraulic launch roller coasters are disappearing. Cedar Point removed Top Thrill Dragster's original hydraulic launch when the ride was transformed into Top Thrill 2. Now King Ka is gone entirely, and somehow Xcelerator, the original prototype, is still here. And there's a reason parks have moved away from the hydraulic technology. Hydraulic launches are incredibly powerful, but they're complicated. They have huge mechanical components that require a lot of maintenance, and Xcelerator is now more than 20 years old. And this isn't the first time the ride has disappeared for a long time. Xcelerator closed in early March of 2022, and it did not reopen until November of 2023 after an extensive refurbishment period. So after one incredibly long closure, seeing major launch problems again is exactly what Xcelerator fans do not want to see. And this is where the biggest rumor comes in. Some reports claim that Knott's could eventually have to decide whether continuing to repair Xcelerator is actually worth it. There have even been claims that removal could be considered if the ride can't become reliable again. Now, we have heard from some unnamed park employees saying that they are trying to source new parts for the ride, but if they can't get it up and running by sometime in October, that the ride might be removed and replaced. Now again, Knott has not confirmed any of this about the future of Xcelerator. Now the real question isn't necessarily, is Xcelerator going to be removed from the park? The real question is, how much longer can Knott's realistically maintain a 2002 prototype hydraulic launch roller coaster? Because eventually, you'll reach a point where repairing old technology becomes harder and even more expensive. Now this could leave Knott's with three options. Option 1 is to keep repairing the original ride, completely modernizing the Xcelerator with an LSM magnetic launch system, or if that becomes too hard to do, eventually replace and retire the ride altogether. And I already know coaster fans are going to be fighting about these options if they are even possible. Because if you replace the hydraulic system to save Xcelerator, would it still feel like Xcelerator? The hydraulic launch is basically the entire personality of this ride. So here's the question. If Knott's had to choose, would you rather see Xcelerator converted to an LSM launch, or would you rather see the ride live out its rest of its life as long as it can in its current state? Because if these current problems become even more massive closures, Knott's might have a much bigger Xcelerator problem than people realize.